It wasn't Madrid with its Champions League nights, nor Buenos Aires where it all began. Rodrigo De Paul chose Miami to continue his journey, a choice that left many questioning. At 31, after reaching the pinnacle with a World Cup title and a series of major trophies, he could have easily opted for safety. Instead, De Paul took a different path, one that shows he still has a hunger for competition and a desire to be a key figure in a new project. What's fascinating is that behind this decision lies more than just football. It's about his outlook on the future, life, and himself. So, what truly drove De Paul to make this choice? And is his life in Miami really what people imagine? Before becoming a world champion and one of Argentina's most talked about midfielders, Rodrigo De Paul was just a boy growing up in Sarandi, a neighborhood in Avellaneda that doesn't appear on tourist postcards but is etched deep in the country's football history. It was there that he grew up with an energy those around him still remember vividly. A boy who could hardly sit still, always needing to move, always needing to throw himself into something with total fervor. Football, therefore, became the most natural way for him to release that energy. Upon joining Racing Club, De Paul found his first sense of belonging while also starting to clash with the harsh reality of professional football. His early years in the youth ranks were far from easy. He wasn't a prodigy who stood out immediately, nor was he a favored name. He was just one young player among many, having to compete for every position, every opportunity, and every bit of attention. But it was during this stage that De Paul's special qualities began to emerge. He didn't grow through ease, he grew stronger whenever the pressure mounted. The more difficult it became, the more determination he played with. And from there, the foundation for Rodrigo De Paul's future path was gradually formed. Stepping out into Europe at a very young age, Rodrigo De Paul joined Valencia with high expectations, but quickly faced a reality entirely different from what he had experienced in Argentina, where higher speed, pressure, and tactical demands made adaptation difficult. However, it was this period that forged him in ways that easy years never could. After a stint back at Racing to regain his touch and confidence, De Paul continued his journey in Italy with Udinese, and this was truly the biggest turning point of his career. Here, he was no longer just a potential talent, but became the heart of the team, the playmaker, the fighter, and the link between all lines. Over 5 seasons in Milan and more than 170 matches, De Paul evolved into a complete midfielder, evidenced not just by goals or assists, but by his work rate, pressing ability, and incredible consistency. These performances led Atletico Madrid to spend approximately €35 million to sign him in 2021, as they saw in De Paul the perfect model for the discipline-based, high-intensity, and combative style that Diego Simeone always pursued. While his club career helped Rodrigo De Paul mature and establish his name, the Argentine national team is where he earned a special place in the hearts of fans. Since 2018, when Lionel Scaloni began building a new squad for Argentina, De Paul quickly became an almost irreplaceable link, not because he was the flashiest, but because he did the things every great team needs but not everyone immediately sees. He is the one who covers ground, contests the ball, recovers possession, provides cover, and creates the balance that allows attacking stars to play their best football. In the 2021 Copa America, he was a key factor in helping Argentina defeat Brazil at the Maracana to end years of waiting. At the 2022 Finalissima against Italy, he continued to help prove that this group was no fluke. But the moment that truly propelled De Paul's name to the summit was the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, where Argentina became champions after 36 years and where he was seen as Messi's most steadfast companion. De Paul isn't the one who appears most on covers for goals or explosive moments, but he is the type of player who makes the whole system run smoothly, the one willing to run the extra distance others won't and do the heavy lifting the team cannot do without. That persistence, discipline, and spirit of sacrifice helped him become an integral part of modern Argentine football's most glorious era. After solidifying his position in Europe and just coming off the career peak of a World Cup victory, many believed Rodrigo De Paul would stay at Atletico Madrid or move to another top-tier club to maintain the highest level. However, in 2025, he made a decision that surprised quite a few by choosing Inter Miami, an MLS team in its building and development phase. This decision immediately sparked mixed opinions. Some saw it as a sign of slowing down or even a step back in his career. But for those who know De Paul, this was a strategic move. He didn't go to Miami to rest, but to continue playing a central role in a new project where he could lead, influence, and maintain his competitive drive in a different environment. The 4-year contract with an income of approximately $3.6 million per year isn't the highest figure of his career, but in return, it offers stability, a long-term direction, and the chance to be part of football's growth in the United States. For De Paul, Miami is not a destination, but a carefully calculated next step in his journey. In Miami, Rodrigo De Paul did not choose noise or glamour, but instead found a quiet living space in the Miami Shores area, providing privacy and balance for this new phase of his life. The home he invested approximately $3.7 million in isn't for showing off, but is designed around convenience and a sense of comfort. Upon entering, the open space with large glass windows allows natural light to flood in, creating a spacious and airy feel. The interior is kept minimalist with bright tones, clean lines, and a consistency in design that clearly reflects a lifestyle prioritizing tranquility over display. The kitchen serves as the heart of the home with a large island, connecting seamlessly to the dining and living rooms to create a shared living space that is both cozy and flexible. Upstairs, the master bedroom is designed as a true sanctuary, with a balcony overlooking the green space outside, offering a feeling of complete separation from the outside pace of life. In the back area, a heated pool and a private relaxation zone allow him to enjoy rest periods after every intense training session or match. This is not just a house, but a place where De Paul finds balance between his career and personal life. Unlike many other players who choose cars as a way to show status, Rodrigo De Paul approaches them more practically. Every car in his garage serves a specific purpose in his daily life. The Audi with its sporty and sophisticated design is the one he uses frequently, suitable for quick personal trips around the city. Alongside it is a Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG, a powerful and spacious SUV often used when picking up his children, reflecting the family life behind the professional player's image. The other is a Mercedes-Benz B-Class, focusing on convenience and comfort, ideal for trips to the training ground or daily activities. De Paul's total net worth is around $31 million, accumulated from years of playing at the highest level. At Atletico Madrid, he received a salary of about $7.5 million per year, while at Inter Miami, this figure is around $3.6 million annually. Additionally, major titles like the 2022 World Cup and Copa America brought him significant bonuses, contributing to the solid financial foundation he currently possesses. Beside his career on the pitch, Rodrigo De Paul has also step-by-step expanded his value beyond football through commercial activities and investments. He is the face of major brands like Adidas and Gatorade, bringing in a steady income estimated between $1 and $2 million per year. However, what is more noteworthy is how he proactively builds his future instead of waiting until retirement. In 2025, De Paul co-founded a natural energy drink brand with an initial investment of about $400,000, a move that shows he doesn't just rely on his image, but wants to be directly involved in product development. Right from its launch, the product received great interest in Argentina and Latin America, with the first batch quickly selling out. It is projected that between 2025 and 2026, this project could reach revenues of about $6 million, reflecting its long-term growth potential. For De Paul, these numbers are not just profit, but proof of a mindset that prepares for the future while his career is still at its peak. Despite achieving great success and building a stable life, Rodrigo De Paul maintains a close link to his roots in Sarandí, not just through words, but through specific actions. In 2021, he sponsored all expenses to bring 30 children from Club Belgrano to see an Argentina national team match, giving them an experience that not everyone has the chance to reach. In addition, he regularly supports local clubs with equipment and improved conditions, contributing to a better environment for younger generations. After the 2022 World Cup victory, De Paul continued his plan to build a football academy for disadvantaged children in Sarandí with an initial investment of about $400,000. It is worth noting that most of these activities are not publicized by him, but take place quietly, focusing on real value rather than image. For De Paul, success is not just what he achieves for himself, but how he uses it to create a positive impact on the community where he grew up. In his daily life in Miami, Rodrigo De Paul maintains a fairly stable and disciplined routine, reflecting his persona on the pitch. Mornings are usually a time for personal focus, helping him maintain a good mental state before entering high-intensity training sessions. Afterward, he spends time with his family, especially his two children, Francesca and Bautista, simple moments that hold great meaning in keeping a balance between his career and private life. His relationship with Camila Holmes, though it has ended, is maintained with mutual respect, as they work together to care for their children in the best way possible. In the evenings, De Paul finds stability alongside Tini, not needing to show off or create an image, but by focusing on peace and privacy. Despite living in a vibrant city like Miami, he stays connected to his roots and does not let success change his essence. At age 31, Rodrigo De Paul is not the type of player to stop after reaching the top, but rather one who continues to build his path in his own way. From the pitch to life outside, even living in a city full of lights like Miami, he remains humble and connected to where he started. Serenity. De Paul's story is not just about titles or money, but about how a person chooses their direction when they have everything. If you want to discover more stories behind the lives of football stars, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so you don't miss the next videos. And let us know what you think. Was De Paul Argentina's most important link at the 2022 World Cup, or is there another name more deserving?